AI, chat, some of the AI products. Are you using any of those products right now, and how?
We are.
And then he promoted it, and I went from 400 views to 40,000 views.
Really?
With $100. And I'm like, he's like, how much can I spend? I'm like, spend what you want, man. If you're making...
Mike Alder, Silver Oaks, California, the attorney for choice.
Are you kidding me? Well, we have to introduce Cristina Perez Hesano, who is a badass litigator in the Phoenix area, right?
Phoenix,
officially.
So our office is in Glendale, but Phoenix is, we cater to the Valley.
Right, and we met how? Social media?
We did.
I saw you on somebody else's podcast.
That's right.
And I reached out to you, and candidly, you remind me of my wife. Like,
yeah.
Right? Beautiful, dynamic, a badass, a boss babe, right? And you just had that air about you, and I'm like, I really want to meet her because, and have you met Gina yet?
No, every time we try to
you have
meet,
not.
we were supposed to go to dinner, and I had that trial, so we couldn't get together. But every time, I will meet her because I think she's
right.
She
Well,
just
she's
looks
like,
awesome.
I mean, you guys are very similar, and then I think we kind of really developed on social media a relationship, helping each other. I was on your podcast,
which will come out soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get ready, it's going to be your highest rated podcast.
Of course it is, because you're on it.
Goes. But I wanted to talk to you as someone who's been through the wars, created what you've created, not only as someone who's accomplished things, but as a thought leader. So you got a few minutes to talk to me?
I absolutely do.
Okay. Well, first of all, let's just hear a little bit about, how'd you get into this, and then how did you build to where you are?
So originally, I got into law because my dad told me to get into law. He said he wanted me to be a lawyer. He wanted a lawyer in the family, and then he ended up having 3, right? So myself, my sister, and my brother. But I started in a completely different practice. I started in more business and bankruptcy, even some tiny real estate matters, things like that, until I decided that I wanted to do something different. So for the first 8 years of my practice was bankruptcy, helping people with financial crisis and debt relief issues.
Was that in Arizona mainly?
In Arizona.
You grew
but
up
I grew up in New York.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I grew up in Queens. Almont is where I grew up, is borderline Queens. And I still have family back there.
And so when you practice, have you always practiced in Arizona?
I did. So I went to, I did a stint at Brooklyn Law, and then I came over to Arizona, and I went to ASU, Sandra Day O'Connor, I should get the name right, ASU, Sandra Day O'Connor College of Law.
Right. Cool.
It's been a while.
So you're a Sun Devil?
Yes.
In theory?
In theory.
Okay.
In theory. I should be more active in that, but yes.
And now you have your own firm. How long have you had your own firm?
So we started Perez Law Group in 2010.
And when you say we, who do you mean?
Myself, but my husband was, we've been married for 15 years, so we were already married when I started Perez Law Group. And we've grown it since. Yeah.
And you and your husband's not a lawyer,
no.
But he's your non-lawyer partner. Do you have any other partners?
No partners.
So it's you.
It's me.
And I've met many of your people. Amazing. Yeah. They laugh at my jokes, which is most important.
They did. They do, and they look up dad jokes for me to tell you next time I see you.
Well, we're going to see if you can remember any right here. But I've had at this conference, we're at Trial Lawyers University in Huntington Beach, I swear I've had at least 10 people come up to me and said, Mike, you don't know me, but I follow you on Instagram and YouTube, and I love your jokes. And I'm like, that's the greatest compliment. Don't tell me about law. I want to know about my jokes.
Your jokes are funny. I think it's your delivery. I know I saw you. There was one, because I follow you too. There was one that you, I think it was like one that was a little shocking. It was a little risque. You were walking with Gina and you said something.
The Disney joke.
Was it the Disney joke?
Why did you heard Mickey broke up with me?
Oh, yes. Yeah. That was it. And I was like, oh, Mike.
I think I shocked Gina's like, oh my God, you said the F word?
Yeah, I don't think I've heard you say the F word. So I'm like, hey, Mike.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, I've got an edge that you have no clue about, right? I've got this bad, dirty joke edge.
Yeah.
Well,
So I've only
heard
the dad jokes.
Well, and then right after that, we got into, in Disneyland, there's a thing called Club 33.
Yes.
Right after that, kind of unrelated, out of 4 years of waiting, we get an email from Club 33 that says, congrats, you're in. And then I'm like, oh shit, I told a dirty Disney joke on Instagram. Should I take it down or else they're going to take our...
Did you join?
Yeah.
Oh, I am so jealous.
And I got to tell you, we went for orientation, I guess about a month and a half ago.
Okay.
And I'm like, Disney adults, what's the big deal? I'm like, it's a lot of money. Do I do this? And I went and I felt like royalty.
So I've never done that level. Like, I'm super jealous because I'd like to do that level, but I think the best vacation I've had was with my girlfriends. I mean, and I'm hoping my kids and my husband do not hear this, but we went for my birthday to Disneyland, and it was 3 girls, and it was like the best time, not having to like just go on rides and not having to like wait in line, because we would do the, like the semi like standby, and so we just kind of, to this day. So I'm pretty jealous. I want to hear about it.
Well, Gina and I said, we've waited 4 years. We got to do it. This is not something you get in and then you say no. But it was an expensive buy-in, and then it's like an annual thing. But the access to giving people an experience that they've never had before, and that turning into business. I can't even tell you how many people are fanatical about Disney, and they're like, oh my God, you could get me into the Holy Grail. Here's all my cases. Here's all my business.
Really?
I'm like,
so
it's nuts.
So now you can expense it because it's for business.
Like it wasn't already. But I mean, you think, hey, let's go to Lakers, let's go to Dodgers, let's go let's go to the Super Bowl, like whatever. Let's go to Club 33. Oh my God, thank you so much.
What's your favorite part of Club 33?
The thing is that if you're there for the whole day, if you got your kids or whatever, you're like tired, hungry, hot, whatever. And there's in each park a private club. In Disneyland, there's Club 33, but Club 33 has the like dining room, but then another part of Club 33 is like a lounge.
Okay.
And in California Adventure, there's a lounge called 1901. And you can, at any point, just kind of step through this secret door.
Really?
And you have drinks and food and air conditioning, and the parents can stay there and the kids can go do it. And
that's awesome.
And you pull out your Club 33 card, everybody's like...
So does Club 33 transfer over to Disney World?
For limited purposes.
Okay. Is there a club? Can I see the card? Ooh. Oh, look at your pictures on it, and it's in gold.
And it's my first name, so I didn't have the heart to tell them I go by my middle name because I didn't want them to excommunicate me. I'm like,
oh,
totally
you're so
intimidated.
Cool. Yeah. Your own very card. Congratulations. Congratulations, Mike.
Forget about all the law success.
We just talked about Disney for like 10 minutes.
And it was totally random. It was like 4 years ago, Gina and I went to dinner with a couple, and the wife was a retired Disney in-house attorney. Okay. And Gina always asked for inappropriate things, and she's like, oh, you were at Disney? Can you get us into Club 33? And I'm like,
she did?
Don't get.
Oh, I love her.
And the woman said, I don't have any pull.
Okay.
I'm retired, She said, but let me at least just put you on the waiting list. And you may never hear from them. And literally, I was in trial. I don't know if you remember, I did a trial in Pomona. I don't know if you saw them. It was a trial we settled right before closing arguments.
Yes,
And
I think I received
one
a
of
text
the
from you on
trial
that one.
days, I get a text from Gina in the middle of the day, and she goes, "We got in!" And I had no idea what she was talking about. This was 4 years ago. And at the break, I'm like, "We got into what? We got into trouble? We got into the pantry? What?" And she's like, "We got into Club 33." And I'm just like, "What's Club? Oh, shit, really?"
That's awesome.
Cool.
That, I mean, because there's not a lot of people that can do that. It is a commitment, though, right? Because you have to do you wait, you pay, and then you have to do the yearly. Is there like a minimum, like when they do it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, the first initiation was a hefty chunk.
Yeah.
But anyway, I digress.
Okay.
I digress.
So
now you have your own firm. You are a litigator. You have pre-lit and lit cases.
I do.
And we have a couple cases together that right? And
I would like to get into all. I would like to handle all of your Arizona business.
you got it. 'Cause I don't have a ton of Arizona business, but there's always more cases. And
you have a great team.
over the years, I've gotten a lot of work in different states, and that's part of one of the great things about Trial Lawyers University is that I love the fact that I don't know most of the people here. Because they're not I'd say 65, 70% of the people here are not from California.
Yeah, so Dan's done a really good job of how he's grown this. I mean, it's a good showing, and I sat through a couple classes, and the education's great, and I've met a lot of people that I do not know from like AAJ and other organizations. So yeah, you're right.
I'm stealing so many ideas from him. Like I'm in the men's bathroom at the urinal, and there's a big TLU sign that says, "Don't piss away your opportunities, join." And I'm like, that's crude, but you know what? It takes a little forethought to go into the restrooms. And I think he's taken over the whole hotel.
Has he?
Which allows him to brand things. I mean, there's ping pong tables in the middle of the lobby. I mean, other guests couldn't be here if that was like going on. So anyway.
Well, that's good. I mean, I heard that you're putting together your next event too.
So I'm told. Yeah. I will know.
Will you be having the signs, "Don't piss away your opportunity"? In
I
the
took
men's
some
urinal?
photos and forwarded it to the appropriate people.
Since I won't be going into the men's bathroom, can you just send me a picture?
Well, I'm taking all these photos, and then I realize there's like guys to my right, guys to my. I'm like, dude, hold on.
Just keep the camera up here, not down. Don't take the camera down.
I'm like, you know what I was about to say? Oh man, I'm gonna need a wide lens. No, come on, stop. You can't.
I didn't say it. You did.
All right, so I'm going to ask you about, as someone who's built a career, built a practice, I wrote down some kind of general ideas about things that, for lawyers who are watching this, and then some people who maybe are not lawyers but just want to be like you.
Okay.
But let me start with AI, chat, some of the AI products. Are you using any of those products right now, and how?
We are. So we, even for something so simple where it comes, for one, confidentiality, making sure that before you use any of those products, you have them in your fee agreements so the clients know and they consent to it. And then also making sure that it is that things that go into any AI software is redacted, because then there could be a breach of your confidentiality. And then also, if possible, we haven't gotten there yet, but there are certain products that you can turn off and make it a closed universe, where it's not the outside, it's using AI from within your own firm. And so I think that's the safest way. But to
and I'm
answer
a
your
part
question,
of one of those called Clip, KLIP, and they're here actually, and it's a closed unit. It's and they've actually taken all of my Trial Lawyer's Bible, all of my work product, all my old depots, and have included it as part of their general database. That
really?
Is, yeah.
Okay.
But it's a closed system, so you don't have the
that's the scary part, right? So if once you get the consent from the clients, because even third-party vendors, that they allow the third-party vendors to use AI, that they allow your office to use AI, then we'll use things like Perplexity is one, ChatGPT. They have all of these that they offer, which are great to use. To make sure that anything that you cite. I think Protege also with LexisNexis is one that we use, and we want to make sure that when you're using anything with LexisNexis or Westlaw, that you check your sites, right? You don't want to be the law firm that sends up the invisible, like
So you use it for like legal work.
So we've used it to help as well as a basis to build up on it on legal work, and then go from there.
So I use ChatGPT, and Jaden was here filming or setting up, and he heard me on the phone. I don't know if he was paying attention, but I had to answer a question about a case I don't know that much about yet. And somebody at the office had sent me all the depositions for me to read, and I downloaded it in my laptop. And I was trying to answer about, well, what's their role in this whole case? And I literally opened it, and I hit on my Apple, I hit the box to save it, move it, and then I went to ChatGPT, and I loaded it in ChatGPT, and I said, summarize, and it told me who they were, what the significance in there, whatever. And so I use chat all the time for basic starting point stuff.
I agree.
Right?
And also Notebook LM can do timelines, can give you a basic chronology. Now, it's not your end all be all. I don't feel comfortable if I would take up one of those products and use it like as for trial. I would use a company that can put together a timeline or a chronology for me, but it does allow you to make comparisons, and it allows you to just kind of get a good footing so you can build on it.
So you use it?
I do.
And you like it?
I do.
Okay.
I mean, it's scary how fast it can think, because sometimes I'm like, I thought it up a lot faster than I would have.
The only thing I don't like about AI, especially chat, is that on my social media, I find a good joke, and then I usually come up with another joke based off of the joke that's like a play and wittiness.
Okay.
And if I can't come right away, I put it through ChatGPT, and they suck. ChatGPT is not funny.
So
it's just not
funny.
funny.
I left my phone over there. Well, I had on the way up, I had said, I go, give me a couple of dad jokes, right? Because I was going to tell you, and it gave me like 7 or 9. No, it's the green one. It's okay, but it was like, I can't remember. You're good at dad jokes. I'm not good at delivery. Oh, thank you. So let me see.
Let's see what she's got.
Let's see what it came up with. I'll try to do the delivery for you. So how do you make holy water? You boil the hell out of it.
Yes.
Okay. Why don't eggs tell jokes? They crack each other up.
Oh my God.
Oh, that was so lame. Hey Mike, did you know that I only know 25 letters of the alphabet?
But I don't know why.
But I don't know
Oh, now I know that one.
So anyways, I came up with that. I did use ChatGPT.
I almost got kicked out of Disneyland with Gina because I went up to one of the employees and I went, hey, I just got mugged. And the woman's like, what? I said, I got mugged by 6 of the 7 dwarfs. Not happy. She's like, leave.
You know, my mom actually almost really got kicked out of Disneyland a long time ago.
Really?
Yeah, she really wanted a picture for my nephew, who was like 3 at the time. So you're not supposed to touch the actors in the costume. And my mom, you know, she's Hispanic and she likes getting her way. She's very persistent.
She felt Mickey up.
She kind of stopped Goofy and was like holding him, and they had to give her a stern, ma'am, don't. They were gonna. They actually asked her to leave, and she's like, I won't do it again. And so they let her stay.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like, Mom, leave Goofy alone. Don't touch Goofy.
Well, that was my off-color joke involved Goofy.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, let me see what I got. All right. In your experience, personally, and in seeing and knowing a bunch of different types of lawyers, and we haven't gone over these before, so I'm hitting you.
Okay.
Now. What do you think, if you could, what separates a good lawyer from a great one?
Hunger and vision and grit.
Okay, hunger, vision, grit. What do you mean by hunger?
Hunger, they have to want it. Not just to be like, I mean, because you can be a lawyer, you can have a good job and kind of do the day-to-day things and whatever, you know, the stuff lawyers do. But to be a great lawyer, you have to be ready to be uncomfortable, fight for your client, take that risk, go above and beyond what is expected of you. And so you need to want that.
Vision.
And vision is you have to see more than what's already there. I think what separates, we're so used to seeing paths already made for us, what separates the good from the great is the next generation, how they can make the current better. So
Like think big stuff?
think bigger. Yeah, if you can dream it, you can achieve it. I'm a big proponent of that.
Grit.
And grit is you are going to fail. You're never going to win it the first time, but it's not about the failure. It's about getting up and doing it again until you get it. I think that's what makes a great lawyer.
What, in your legal career, like what's your vision
From vision,
for legal?
so when that's a good question. My vision is...
Very good at this.
You're very good at this. You should do this for a living.
I kind of feel like I do.
So for my vision is I want to be able to get to a place where
I'm going to be getting to a place.
I'm going to get to a place
Thank you very much.
where I can look back and be proud of what I've accomplished and created for myself and for those to come ahead of me.
There.
But some would say yes, that's what my dad tells me all the time. Some would say that you're already there, but something bigger, right? So I've had, and this is going to sound, and it's not about the numbers, but I've had a ton of 7-figure cases. I have yet to get an 8-figure or a 9-figure. And so my goal is to get there. And so, and I understand that a lot of attorneys don't get to where I have, but I want one, like I have a goal to meet. And I think that's one of them. And it's not for the number.
So if I can give you some advice.
Okay.
That I've done a lot of goal setting stuff, taught goal settings, and you said, I want to, and then you changed it to, I'm going to, which is a great positive affirmative statement. But I would add a timeline. I'm going to get an 8-figure case by February of 2026.
Possible.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm saying, I see a lot of goals where we're like, I want to lose 10 pounds. And you're infinitely more likely to lose 10 pounds if you say, I'm going to lose 10 pounds by July.
Okay.
Because then you can step back and say, okay, I've got 9 months. What am I going to do month one? As opposed to not having a timeline, we all get busier. And I'm just saying.
No, I think you're
got
right.
it.
Because I have so if you ever walk into my office, there's a wall that can't be seen by a client if they're sitting in my office. And there I have like a whole vision wall, right? So every year I update it, and so I have things that I want to accomplish for that year, and I usually put a timeline. So I know that for me a big deal was when we bought our building, paying it off. I bought it in 2019, so I gave myself 5 years, and we finished it in 3, right? So it's like that was my goal. Then we bought another building, so it was like I had. Well, I'm trying really hard, so So I wanted to accomplish certain things, and so I do often for some reason, I haven't given myself a timeline on the number.
I'm not being critical.
No, I know you're not.
I'm just saying that I have learned that holding yourself accountable by giving a timeline just makes you infinitely more likely to do it. You have a whole vision wall?
So it's about this size. It's about this kind of slice.
So on the wall, where is being on Mike's podcast on that wall?
That was on the top. That's like the best. Like that was like the next thing I needed to do.
All right, my last part of this, because I don't want to keep you, we got a lot, is I asked you about what your vision is for law.
Okay.
What's your vision for your life outside of law?
So I'll tell you, outside of law, I'm super blessed because it's my husband and my 2 kiddos. And I was not supposed to have any children, right? So they're already little miracles. And with Eva, I had like a 5% chance, and with Enzo, I had less than a 2% chance when I got pregnant. And the doctor didn't even believe it. And so when he was diagnosed with autism, that kind of like, it was right, it like was like something that was so horrific for me because I didn't know what to expect because it was unknown. So here it is. I just opened my practice. This
How old was he when you realized something
he was 2. So he's 2 years old. So before I went to law school, I actually worked with children of autism in like 2000. And I had the choice of going to get my master's because they had offered to pay for my master's so I could become a teacher, a therapist, or go to law school. And I was 20 at the time. And so I decided to go to law school because of my dad. And he said, you know what, this will make you stay in this area. If you're a lawyer, you're going to have a whole bunch of, you're going to have other opportunities. And so with him, they thought that he was going to have a voice apparatus because he didn't have what it takes to be able to speak. And so my husband and I, Chris stepped down. That's why he started helping me with the office so that he could have time to take Enzo to therapy and so forth. We started with an ABA school, intensive therapies. We would practice at home. We would teach him like letters. I wrote every single word, and I have it on my phone. Every single word or sound that he made, I would write down. And it got to the point that until it got so long that it was already at like 150, I could stop. Because that meant that he could now talk. And he was about 4 when he started. So to answer your question, my goal, it's kind of already been accomplished for this year because he is now, he started with a one-to-one therapist, and then they started removing it. He went to a regular school for kindergarten. Now he's entering the 1st grade, and they've removed his aide. So he's now in like general school. So my goal on my family life has been accomplished.
And I don't know how much we've talked about this, but my 17-year-old son, I went through the same process.
Did you? Oh, I didn't know that.
He 1.5, he's spinning things, and we were like, and then we went through the ABA through UCLA, and he's in a high school in LA for high functioning spectrum, but the leaps and bounds just by paying attention and recognizing needs and meeting those needs and being incredible.
You know, I think what I credit, we've had a great team. He has had a team. Like the Gentry Clinic has been just phenomenal with him and our family. So I credit them for moving so quickly and helping me get through the denial process, because you deny it in the beginning, I waited 6 months before I got him into therapy, even though I'm the one that thought that he needed it first. But then what I think really made a difference is stem cells. We got him into an experimental stem cell facility and did a year of stem cells on a monthly basis. And as soon as we did the first injection, he started speaking in phrases. And then interacting to people, and a light came back into his eyes.
Probably the smartest kid, funniest, sweetest kid around.
He is
right?
Amazing.
It's amazing. And then when you see certain people go on television and say autism, those kids are not contributors to I'm like,
do you know what I had a defense lawyer tell me once?
Freaking strangle you.
I know that we're almost out of time, but I had a defense lawyer. One of my first PI cases was a young man who left a facility. They weren't supervising him. He walked out of a facility. He was 21 years old. He's not a high functioning autistic child. He ends up getting run over.
Yeah.
And then he ends up having a skull fracture and a traumatic brain injury. And I had a case against the facility and the state. And one of the attorneys said to me, do you know what, what's the difference? He was so effed up before. What's the difference now? Yeah. He doesn't even know who his mom is. And so this was before I had Enzo. But that's how they felt. Like, well, what's the big deal? And that infuriates me. I think about it now, and I'm like, he was such a POS to say that. That who cares about this kid?
It may be ignorance as much as anything. And I have a hard time, and I've not taken countless cases of against public school systems where autistic children have been picked on, abused, bullied to a point of teachers beating them because they won't speak the right way. And that is a difficult wall for me to get over, to a point where emotionally I'm like, you know what, I'm just not gonna be a part of that.
I have been asked the same thing. I've been asked. I get a lot of calls to help in those situations where someone's been hurt, and it's too personal for me.
It
I
is.
can't.
It really is.
I've had to turn them down.
So you know.
I know because, and that's the thing about being a good lawyer, right? You have to understand you can't, when you start putting yourself in that, it becomes personal,
Yep.
and then that's not good for anyone. So I turn them down too.
Well, amazing to see you.
Amazing to see you.
I saw you briefly here, but now after this, we're going to get downstairs, and I'll see you soon.
Okay, I'll see you soon.
I hear at 3:15 today there's a great speaker.
Let me see. I don't know.
And
I'm just
I
kidding.
heard
I'll be there.
They had to add room to the big
They had to
room
extend.
for more.
I actually heard that for that speaker, they just canceled all the others. They were like, it wasn't fair for them.
That's true.
Yeah.
In fact, they have to do it on the beach.
It's just the Mike Alder show. Just load them all up.
Thank you.
Thank you.